back to Kelpie's Koi Chatting Bubbles on this glorious day. And you, Fagin from Twisted Koi, I see you. Get over to his channel, give him a like, give him a share, and all that shemizzle. I'm sure it'll tickle him pink. Okay then, so what am I up to today? Just watching a little butterfly stuck in the net, flying around here. Been out shopping this morning, had a phone call off my man Stu, Yorkie Koi. Get over his channel, like and subscribe and all the rest of it. Talking about the problems with green water, something I have used in the past before, but as you all know, been mega busy. I know these should come first, trying my best, looking after Mason's Fry as well. And you've seen how much money I've been putting in the water to try and resolve the problem. I've got a few hours today. What Stewie's come up with, which is what I've used in the past, and using it in the filters is a bit of a ball ache. So I'm going to go and get a few items, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you exactly what Stewie and I have been talking about, how to get rid of this green water, cheap as chips. I'm going to flick you around now and show you the idea that Stu come up with. That's the only net really I can use. The old landing net I used to use, obviously I've tried it twice. This is a new one, a bit deep really for what I want to use it for. The idea that this is now, you get your net, see about the camera work, get yourself some filter floss. I'm just going to light in there loosely just to try it. And the idea of this now, sure, I'm on the edge of the pool here, so I'm trying to do this and film at the same time. Probably need a little bit more than that in it. Now the idea is, you leave the net in the pond, in the flow of the water. So I'm going to put mine there. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to come back to you. Again, sorry about the camera work. As you all know, I'm on the edge of the pond, not much room for me to walk about. Trying to hold the camera and set this up at the same time, it's too much. So I've set it up, I'm going to flick it around, I'm going to show you what Stewie's advised me to do. So the net is way too deep for what I needed. The idea is the flow of the water that's coming out of the filter there runs through the filter floss and captures the green. Now I've tried this before, and when I put it in filters, mainly in my Nexus, there's a partition where the water retains, where there's a blue sponge, which it'll catch big particles, but not the fine particles like what's in here. You can actually see, but you can actually see the green in the floss already. Like I said, I have tried this before and I put it in my filters. The only thing is with the filters, it blocks up that quick because it's that green. You've got to keep it on it, otherwise the way my pond's situated, the filters will overflow, and that's something I've got to avoid. So Stu said, try this. If you've got a square pool, it works out better because you put it in a corner, so the water flows round and it traps all the green algae out your water in that floss. I'll leave that a couple of days. Don't know whether that'll work as good because you can see there's not much flow. I've turned that down. I'm hoping today to set a bath up with the PP, the UV light that I had off Mike from Koi Beginnings. As I've said before, Scrag picked it up from me from the show. The bulb's arrived, I plugged it in and it's working. So that's champion. I'm just going to set it up. I don't think it's going to make any difference to the water because it's nothing to do with the green that's in the water. That's obviously blanket weed around the sides. But I'm going to set it up, two reasons, see if it makes any difference, and the other thing is lose some pressure out, and I'm going to try and get it obviously back into the water. I've got a 15,000 litre pump in the bottom of the pond, and as you can tell by the pressure that's coming out there, I've reduced it by quite a lot, which I don't like doing really. I think it's just putting a lot of pressure on the pump. So by just running, I've got that white piece down there, as you know, running a pipe from there through the UV and back into the pond. It'll give another little bit of a return through the UV bulb. and hopefully help with the pond and give more flow, and also take pressure off the pump so it ain't working so much. When you think about it, really, I think it was about 98 quid for that pump. I thought it was 120 quid. I might as well paid the extra money, 3 monthly instalments, and got myself a Verdi pump, because now I've still got to go out and buy a Verdi pump. I am desperate for that now. This pump's got to run the way it is, but I need one for Mason's tank as well, because next few months I'm hoping to get his external filter running. That's a totally different video, so I'm going to talk about that now. Just the video just keeps turning itself off for some reason, I don't know why. Just going to give this a try, see what happens. A couple of days, no doubt it's going to work. I've got loads of that flossing the filter house anyway. Got to try something. It does seem to be clearing up. You can see more of the fizz lower down. It just seems to be going back deeper again, deeper green. Just about, you can catch that on cam, just about see the fish down there. It just seems to be struggling. So a big shout out to Stu, Yorkie Coy, really good friend. Hoping to go over to see him at the end of this month with Dave and Pete, but we'll see. Hopefully. Anyway, Stu, cheers for the phone call, mate. Cheers for the info. Surprised the fish eye up on the top, if I'm honest. Maybe because I've got this net in there, it spooked him a little bit. Another reason why I've made the net a bit shallower. Don't see the water flowing through that anyway, so hopefully come tomorrow that should be really thick dark green. And obviously now the heat waves we're having, that ain't helping our water at all. So I'm going to set a vat up, get some water in, get some PP in, and circulate the PP through the UV. Just trying to set some up to run some. I know there's easier ways of doing it. You just took it apart and washed it with PP, bleach, whatever. This is how I want to do it. So I've got myself a pump in there. I've got a feeling that's going to be way too strong. Piece of house pipe there, that'll go onto the pump. Obviously PP in the water. The PP then will run through the UV, clean all the UV, out the UV, back into there, so it's just a circulation. If you watch my videos before, you'll see that's how I've done a pressure filter for Mason's tank, and that's how I cleaned it all out. I just circulated the PP out of there, nice circular motion, up through the filter, and the same with the UV, up through the UV, back into the tank, and that's giving it a good wash. Clip all the hoses together now, and I'll set it up. Hopefully that pump ain't too powerful. As you remember, my little one I used to use, I had to throw it away, it stopped working, and I got fittings. I've got another one smaller than this, and I got a fitting for it. So I'll get this set up and try it out and see what happens. I don't know whether you can see the sweat on my face. Oh dear. Let me have a quick look on my watch. Sorry about the camera again. So it's saying it's 23 degrees, 10 to 1. Oh dear. Trying to keep my glasses on while I'm bending upside down to tighten the Jubilee clip up. My glasses just keep dropping off me, so I can't see a thing what I'm doing. I've just come in here for the socket to tighten the Jubilee clip up. I'm going to circulate the water first, make sure it works rather than popping the pipes off, because PPs, you know, stains absolutely everything. So I'm going to do it with clear water first, make sure it circulates okay. Ooh, I'm melting, I'm melting. There you go. I know there's an hole in that pipe there. I've just had to cut that off. I couldn't get it off the fitting. I ain't bothered about that. The water circulating. No leaks. No leaks on these fittings. No leaks on these fittings. So I'm looking at the thing instead of showing. No leaks here. No leaks here. Where am I looking? No leaks here. No leaks here. All I'll do now is just get some PP and throw some PP in and let that run for a half hour or so. Here we go again. You know how I changed my mind. I am going to use the PP. I have bought a brand new bag. Like I says, PP, it just stains absolutely anything. You can't get it off. So I'm going down the bleach. So I'm going to put bleach in. Again, I'm going to leave it half an hour to an hour. Let it have a really good circulation. That'll clean the pump out as well. I might even get away with using these pipes. That looks like just a nice flow. I'll turn you around. That'll be a nice return. I know this is a pump that's returning that, but by the time I've turned that valve up off the pump that's in the pond, probably too fast to get through the UV. I ain't too bothered about that, if I'm honest. Another circulation of water, and I think that little flow there will be nice for the fish as well. Just give it a month and see if this UV does anything to help the pond. So I'll get the bleach in there and get it cleaned. OMG. I've never cut the hose tails off these, I've just left them as is. Obviously when I get to run it properly, I might keep it used on Mason's tank instead of that black one I kept. As you can see, it's flushing out. Leave it there for half an hour or so. Wash it out with the clean water. I could even take that pipe off there to empty it into the drain and make my life easier rather than do it with a bucket. So I'll clean all that up and then try and get it connected to that pipe up by the pond. Just been tidying up the things I don't need, put them back in the filter house. Just walked up to the pond. I want to flick around this little bit of floss that I put in the net. Unbelievable, and that's been 45 minutes. Look how thick that is. That's just crazy. That's just a steady flow through the net. So, cheers me old boots for that idea. It's been a good half an hour, so what I'm going to try and do now is pull that pipe out there. Hopefully it'll reach in the drain, so the pump will suck the water through there into the drain. I'll put the hose pipe back in there and see if I can get it to run together to flush clean water through. If not, I'll have to empty that and then fill it up with clean water. Well, shit the bed. Might have a problem. So I've been just running the hose pipe in there and I've noticed this wood is soaking wet, and I've got a feeling the lamp's leaking somewhere. It's out from that fitting because that's bone dry. So I'm going to try and, I've just got a cloth, I'm going to try and dry it all off and see if I can find out where that water's coming from. These fittings are bone dry, this is bone dry. Oh dear, here we go again. Tell you what, got a bit carried away. I've had to empty it with a jug. Emptied some of it out, obviously the pump wouldn't suck no more out, so I've now got fresh water in. Still some remnants of bleach, so I'm going to flush it through with that, then change the water again in a bit until it's pure water. People can understand now. I had a phone call off Stu, Yorkie Sky. He's concerned about the way I'm feeling again, about everything going wrong again, somewhere else. Bought this UV off Mike from Kai Beginnings, obviously he want to know, but there's a leak somewhere. Here's my fingers, absolutely soaking wet, it's pissing out, that is. And it feels like this joint here. It's just never ending, absolutely never ending. I'm just sick of just throwing money. I really don't know what to do anymore. I'm going to try and stand it up somehow. It is pouring out of here, behind here. Even just rubbing my finger there, look, it's absolutely soaking wet. So much gone somewhere. I'm sure it's this here, where it's sealed into there. So I'm going to switch it off, try and turn it over somehow so I can see it and see where the water's coming from. At the end of the day it's broke, so I don't know what to do anymore. Here we go again. I've put a dry bit of wood underneath there Thought that was crackling then for a minute. Ball crackling. Let's take a bit of tension off that. Take the tension off that a bit. Okay, so I've turned it upside down. It's all dried off. I've just sent a video message to Mike. I know I can put seal around there, but it's pressurised. Sealer ain't going to seal that properly. I hope it either. But it's pouring out whatever it is, so I'm going to turn it on now and see where it's leaking from. Straight away, that's where it's from there. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm fighting with the sun here in the shadows. You can actually see how fast that water's coming out. It's coming from the top half here, all the way around this half of the tube. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. As I expected, Mike from Kai Beginnings messaged me straight back. No problems at all. He says, sorry about that, mate, it was leaking when he took it off. As you know, I clean everything when I have anything, regardless what it is. I just explained to Mike I cleaned it like I always do, checked it for the bulb and the plug, and put it away my snooker him out the way, because I got a lot of room in the filter now, so I left it in there under the snooker table, out the way, and I was just flushing the UV through with bleach and water just to sterilise it, and it's just dripping out, it's peeling out. If I knew somebody who could do plastic welding, you can plastic weld it, I just imagine. He's asked me to look for cracks. There's nothing, there's no damage at all with that UV. Both ends of the UV look identical, the same gap round both ends, so I really don't know what's happened, but he's offered me money back anyway. But the point is, I've got to look for another one now, so here we go again. The following day, to the old filter floss, let's have a look. You can definitely see how it's collecting it. I want to try and leave it for another day, try and zoom in a bit more, you're getting a lot of sun reflection off it. The water is gone as green as ever. Where it was clearing up, it's now gone backwards. The plant is starting to look a bit more greener. I've got my mate here.
Hello.
Coming to help me. Red hot day, too hot to be over the field or the park. So I've asked him if he'll help me clean the filter out. I'm going to show you that, you've seen it before. Flush the green filter out, say not spray it, and clean the next house at the same time, and change that floss in the net. Busy day this morning with Mason, sorting his fry out. Back to the big pool. He wants to hand feed the fish, see if they'll come up, because obviously they've been stressed out for quite a while. So I'm going to flick it around now and see if Mason can get them up and feed out of his hand. Wiggle it about a little bit, mate, so that I can smell it. That's it. Maybe down further across, please, mate. Of course, yeah, that's it. Okay, mate. As soon as they come by, just drop it. When the mouth's by it. That's it, let it go. As soon as they've got him at the mouth bite, let it go so they can grab it, mate. Good lad. Let him have it. Try breaking them in half a little bit, mate, so they ice along. That's it now, try. Put it by his nose. Oh, that's lovely, mate. That is it. Them coming, mate. Them under the bridge. That is so good to see. Let it go, mate. Once you've got it, let it go. It's coming, look. You enjoying that, son?
Yeah.
But you don't knock your bowl over.
In my hands, food. The water is starting to clear. Crazy as it seems.
Yorkie's little tricks worked. Need to change that now. Just done a water change on Mason's fry. I'm looking okay. Start seeing the fish there deeper. You can see the fish lower down. Crazy to think all the money I put in chemicals. Well, they are chemicals, it's a natural mineral to get rid of that algae. And something as simple as that has cleared it up. So Stu, cheers for that advice, matey. Me old boots. As you can see, it's gone from that to that in a matter of a couple of days. So I'm just going to change it now for some fresh. And that seems to be doing the trick. My old boots.